this is a big moment for us. Because, wait a second, you see Spencer Chandra Herbert here. We are, the technical term, I want you to know, is not that we are lousy with MLAs. That's not the technical term. But what we want to do, and what makes it so important, I think, for us here, is that we want to bring change to this region. This region has elected Liberals in provincial elections, in election after election, for too long.
Hear, hear.
It is not healthy for the politics of the Fraser Valley to have one party in charge all the time, because issues get lost. They take the community for granted. And now we have a candidate in Gwen who's going to ensure that this community is not taken for granted anymore. That we the Chilliwack Regional Local Paper got an object lesson in what the campaign's going to be like. Okay? This past week. So we came out, myself and working with our Attorney General critic Leonard Krogh and Gwen, we came out and talked about justice issues, which are significant. The wait time, criminal cases here in the Chilliwack Provincial Court are 60 months on average. And what that means as a substantive thing is that we risk losing a significant number of criminal cases. We had a case in the court in Westminster, as you may have heard, where a very serious case where children were threatened was lost. Not that the case was lost, people had their day in court, but because the court system is so mismanaged that we lost the case, right? And so we raised these issues and the need to reduce wait time so that people get their day in court in Chilliwack. It's one thing to talk about being law and order. It's another thing to actually ensure that laws are applied in communities. And what happened was, very interesting, we put forward some specific ideas about what to do about that, to bring change in the community. Now, there's an MLA from Chilliwack. Named John Les.
Yes.
No. John is the MLA for the Chilliwack riding, the neighboring riding to Chilliwack. And his response to this issue, which is significant in the community, was to call me names. Right?
Yeah.
And we're going to see more of that. The reality is that the Chilliwack court here was supported and invested in by the NDP government.
Right.
And that's hard for people. It may be hard for a government which closed the courthouse in Langley and closed the courthouse in Guy Gentner's community in Delta to understand. We invested in the courthouse here in Chilliwack. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. The attacks came. And the reason why we are doing well and they are not doing well is they are running a negative campaign every day. We see it in the legislature. They're running attack ads. This is how they're going to roll. We are not going to do it this way. We've got a candidate we are so proud of.
Yeah.
The issues facing the economy of our province, the land of our province, the healthcare system of our province, the public education system of our province deserve better. Deserve better than them being negative and me trying to win by being more negative. So we're going to run. So we're not just going to win in Chilliwack. We're going to run a campaign that everybody in this room and everyone in this community can be proud of. We're going to bring representation back to this community. We're going to hear that reputation, that representation in the legislature through Gwen. We're going to change the frame of the political debate. We are going to force the Liberal Party and the Conservative Party to run on our terms, which is on ideas and the change we want to bring in BC society. We have had enough of this, and we are going to win the right way.
You're here.
So what we need from you is this. Because you know what? It's a lot less work to do what the Liberal Party is doing. To hire an ad agency to run personal attack ads against Mr. Cummins of the Conservative Party and myself. That actually doesn't take a lot of volunteer effort. Doesn't take any volunteers. But what we're trying to do is harder. We need to take the campaign to the doorstep and convince people. We got to get on the phone and convince people. We got to have signs up that show our strength in the community and give people the sense that we can win here and that it's worth it to go out and vote in a by-election which will not change the government but send a message to the government. So we need to come together with everything we have. And I think our presence here, the presence of our MLAs, our commitment to this community is going to be shown through in this campaign. But we need your help. We need all hands on deck. We've decided in the NDP in 2012 to take the hard road to victory, to tell people the truth, to be humble about what we can do, to run positive campaigns about the change we want to see. And if we come together and can deliver that message together, the people of this community will bring that change, we'll win this by-election, and then after that we'll win the next general election. So thank you very much.
For those comments, Adrian, and really appreciate your support. Adrian's been out here at least 5 or 6 times since we started getting quasi-organized, and we really appreciate him coming out, taking the time to address the issues of this community like dialysis, and speak to the broader issues, obviously, of the campaign and future campaign, provincial campaign. Also notice that he's able to speak without notes, and I basically can't pronounce my name.